All right, as we get started here, how many people here are on Nostr? Okay. So how many people use it regularly? Okay. So for this session, we're going to talk about Nostr and how it works. So we're going to start off with that and go into a little bit of the history of the protocol. And then we're going to jump into the workshop. So the workshop's going to go into how to use it, how to create your account if you don't have one already, and also, most importantly, how to set up your wallet so you can start receiving non-KYC Bitcoin. That's going to be fun. And at the very end, if you make it to the end, we're going to do something we like to call a Nostr. We like to call it a Zapathon. And a Zapathon is a celebration of Bitcoin and the Lightning Network, and we're going to start zapping people like crazy if you get to the end. So yeah, try to stick to the end. And but until then, once we get this set up here, we're going to get started in a second. Cool. Yeah. So yeah, we'll just start out with me. Like, who am I? I'm Will. I'm the founder of Damus. I live here in Vancouver. Vancouver's an amazing city. There's a lot of cool people here. I love the Bitcoin community here. I've been working on Bitcoin since 2010. Actually, I got in. I was mining on my GPU in my room, but it was like mining like a Bitcoin a day, but it was just made my room too hot. So I'm like, screw this, it's not worth it. It was only worth like 30 cents at the time or something. Yeah, and it's just like, I love that feeling of just giving Bitcoins to all my friends. I'm just like, here's a Bitcoin, you have a Bitcoin. They all lost it, but of course. This is why I probably should have held on to more than I give away, but this is what I've always wanted to continue, that feeling of just giving it to someone and celebrating this technology with other people. And I've always been a big proponent of using Bitcoin, not just like holding it and watching your bank account go up. I mean, it's nice to see your net worth grow over time, but it's actually a lot more fun if you can use it to create a new decentralized way to pay people. And then maybe you want to introduce yourself now.
Hey folks, my name is Terry Yu. I'm a software developer. I've been working with Will on Damus on my free time on the side for maybe almost 3 years now. A fun fact about me is that I got onto Nostr first before I got more into Bitcoin. And it's been really a huge learning journey for me. So really excited to share more about Nostr and what we've been working on Damus.
All right, we're just trying to get this. Oh, there it is. It's up on the screen. Perfect. All right, let's jump into it. So what is Nostr? Or like why are we doing this? So there's a big issue online right now where all online social activity is controlled by very few corporations, and they don't really have your interests in heart. They design the algorithms so that they basically earn more ad revenue, and they really just want to keep you hooked and keep you doom scrolling. This is one outlook for humanity where everyone just spends the rest of their days scrolling through TikTok on their phone. But Nostr provides a new opportunity where you truly own your identity, you truly own your feed, you get to control your feed. It's not just like dictated to you from some corporation. And this is enabled via the fact that there's multiple clients for this protocol. It's not just one client. If you want to create an algo client with like doom scrolling, then fine. But there's plenty of other clients you can use where you can experience it in just a very simpler and much more humane way. So we feel like Nostr really opens up. It makes using these things. It gives you back your digital sovereignty, and it gives you back control of your feed, and that's how it should be.
Just a show of hands, who has been maybe censored or deplatformed before on social media? Quite a few of you. So that's pretty much the problem with these centralized companies that control these central social media services that you might use, be it X, Facebook, Instagram, Reddit, what have you. And the problem is, if you believe that freedom of speech is something that is to be valued, then using these services and seeing what they do with your content, with your accounts, that is sort of antithetical to that, right? And imagine if you're a content creator and you make a living off of social media and then you get deplatformed. That's terrible if you get blocked, if you get banned from the service. So then what do you do? You have to sort of submit an appeal and hope that your account comes back. And that has happened to quite a number of people. And it's not just theory. Like, this has happened in the real world. So maybe a year ago, X got into hot water with the government of Brazil. The government of Brazil gave a court order to order X to ban certain accounts that the government didn't agree with. So X had to comply, because otherwise, you know, who knows what they would do? Like, maybe they'd throw the employees into jail, maybe block their servers completely from the country. So they were just forced to comply. Another recent example was J.D. Vance, the Vice President of the United States. He decided that he wanted to join Blue Sky, which is supposed to be a decentralized social media service. But ironically, he was, within 15 minutes of posting, he was deplatformed, basically. Blue Sky admitted that it was mistakes, and they reversed the action. But the fact that this can even happen in the real world, like, that is a problem. So we don't want to see that, obviously, regardless of if you agree with whatever he's saying or not.
So the solution, well, we believe to be, is the Nostr protocol. So Nostr came about, it must have been, what was it, 2020? I think Fiat Jaff put it together. And it's a really, really simple idea. And we're going to go into it a little bit. I don't know if there's slides. Oh, yeah. But the basic idea, well, let's say it stands for notes and other stuff transmitted by relays. So the way it works is, instead of sending it to a single relay, instead of sending it to a single server, you send it to multiple servers, and all those servers are controlled by different people. It's not a single entity. So if, let's say, I post something, and let's say relay A didn't like what I posted, they take it down. It doesn't matter, because relay C still has it, and Terry can access that note. And the types of data that it stores are it could be anything. So right now, the most common note type is called note kind 1, and it's just simply a tweet, a post. But it's not defined by the protocol, like, what these pieces of data are. So a couple of things I added to the protocol was likes and reactions. I also added reposts, because there was no pre-post when I joined. So just defining these things in a protocol specification was enough for all these other clients to implement them. So at the end of the day, this just means you have a very flexible protocol for building all different types of applications, and they're censorship resistant. Like, not one single organization can take you down.
So with Nostr and our app Damus, it's not, there's no KYC. You don't need to upload a selfie. You don't need to upload a picture of your driver's license. Nothing. You can create an account without giving any of their personal information. And it's all sort of based off of cryptography. So it's very sort of similar to the cryptography that is used in Bitcoin. In Nostr, you have your public key and private key, and that's your identity. You don't really need to identify yourself. You can be pseudonymous if you wanted to. And you can speak your mind. You can speak freely. Even if someone tries to censor you on, like, one of the Nostr relays, your information is replicated to other relays. And so in that way, we say that it's very censorship resistant.
And another important aspect of the fact that things are signed is that they're tamper-proof. So right now, if you can't really verify anything you see on X is from the person doing that post. It literally could just have been an employee at Twitter who was just trying to cause a war, if they really wanted to, by, like, tweeting on behalf of Trump or any other world leader. So with the keys, because anytime you tamper any of the messages, the signature will change. This means that when you get a note off the relay, you know that it's from that person. So especially if you meet up with them in person and verify your key, which we're going to actually show you how to do this tonight, you can actually know for sure that the message you're looking at on your phone is from that person with, like, very strong cryptographic guarantees. And that's something that doesn't really exist on the internet. Like, especially in the world of, like, AI and all this, like, generated content, how do you really know the things that you see are actually from that person? It could just be a bot. It could be someone who just, like, hacked that person's account. You really don't know, but yeah, so there's some really interesting properties of this network that you just don't see anywhere else.
So here at Damus, we started, Will started off with building an iOS app on Nostr. That was the very first mobile app for Nostr, and that was on iOS. And I think that started about like 2021, 2022, like three or so years ago. And then now we're building a new thing called NoteDeck on Damus, which is a cross-platform Nostr browser and a microblogging client. And it works on many different platforms.
So let's get to the fun stuff, Zaps. So I was working on the Lightning Network on Core Lightning, and I was like, well, this is really cool. Like, I love being able to send Bitcoin instantly. It's like teleporting like pieces of gold over the internet instantly. And when I first started playing with and using Lightning, I'm like, oh, it'd be so nice to share that experience for people who are maybe not as technical, and because it's kind of hard to run a Lightning node and to experience it. And at the time, there wasn't almost anyone doing it. So I'm like, wouldn't it be cool if you just replaced the like button on Twitter with a Bitcoin Zap button? So I created a new protocol specification called Zaps. It's called NIP57. And then I just put it out there. It was just a markdown document. And then all these other clients started implementing it. So now whenever you use a Nostr client like Damus or Primal or Amethyst, you'll see this little button. It's the Zap button. And it's a way of sending value. We actually have a demo here, an example here of in 2023 when someone sent me 200,000 in sats on a post. At the time, it was $60, but now that's $400 worth of sats. And honestly, this is the main thing that's been funding Damus. Like we do get grant funding, but most of the funding comes value for value from other users and from just our. So that's such a powerful concept. One of the biggest downsides on a lot of traditional social media is that you have to get like verified if you want to get, or you have to join their partner program if you want to get funding. With Nostr, you can just join the network, attach a Lightning address on your profile, and boom, people can just send you money. It doesn't even, and you don't need a bank account in North America. You can just be like a kid in like somewhere, anywhere in the world, and you just like download a Lightning Wallet app, and then you just start receiving money from everywhere in the world. And such a powerful idea. So anyway, so this is a huge part of the network now. And also, we're going to be zapping people at the end, so pay attention. Don't fall asleep.
Will, on a previous slide, mentioned what Nostr stands for, notes and other stuff transmitted by relays. So what is the other stuff? I've put 3 different examples on the screen here, and they are live examples. Real users use them. The very first one on the left, it's called Zap.stream. It's a live streaming app on Nostr. And what's really cool about this is that we have live streamers on Nostr who are getting zapped Bitcoin. They're producing live podcasts or whatever, and people find value in those live streams, and people zap their creator, and the creator is earning Bitcoin through that. And watchers of the live stream are commenting on the video. They can share ideas and just comment on the video. The second one is called Yakback. Derek Ross made that app using AI. I think he used something called Shakespeare.diy, and he basically asked AI. He prompted AI to build a Nostr app, and very quickly over like a weekend, he was able to build this app, which is basically a way to record short voice messages within 60 seconds and just uploading it onto Nostr. And so now we have like tons of users that are just uploading themselves, just speaking into the microphone, recording something within 60 seconds, and then replying to each other with voice messages. And they can also zap each other Bitcoin as well. And the very last one on the right is an app called Yakihone, which is basically a long-form article app, something similar to like a Substack. And again, people can write articles, and if people find value in those articles, they can zap Bitcoin to those creators. So you can see that there's a lot of interesting use cases of Nostr and how it might integrate with Bitcoin. These two things are separate protocols, but they work hand in hand with each other quite well, actually.
All right, so this is the start of our workshops session. So this will be extremely valuable for people who might have been interested in Nostr and maybe just confused of like how to get started. So we're going to have two different variations on the screen. One is going to be Damus iOS and one's going to be Amethyst. So if you, we highly recommend getting started and following along, because at the end we're going to be zapping people and you'll be getting your first non-KYC sats over Nostr, and that's who wouldn't love that?
Okay, so I know a bunch of you raised your hands when we asked if you use Nostr. The folks that haven't used Nostr or like haven't really used it much, you want to just like raise your hands? No, there's still quite a number of you. So let's get started. If you have any questions, we're going to go slowly. If you have any questions, just raise your hand and we'll come help you. But we're going to do a step-by-step walkthrough of how to download a Nostr app and actually get onto Nostr and eventually get zapped by Will. So we have two apps up here on the screen. The first one on the top is Damus, which we have for iOS. Unfortunately, the Android version of Damus isn't available yet. It's soon, Will says. But so instead of that, we have a second one on the bottom, which is Amethyst, which is a pretty fully featured Nostr client. So scan that QR code or look up in your iOS App Store or Google Play Store and download the app. Once you're done, just raise your hand. And we'll just wait a minute in case it takes a while for you to download.
All right. The suspense. Cool. Oh, am I in the way? I know, a big head. And if not, if you're having trouble scanning, again, you can just type the name in the app. Google Play Store or the App Store, it should pop up right away.
Anyone need more time? Okay. Okay, so let's get you an account on Nostr. So when you open Damus or open Amethyst, you'll be greeted by the first welcome screen, and you'll be asked to either create an account or sign in. So we want you to create an account. So we've circled the buttons that you need to press, so just follow along. It should be pretty straightforward. And we'll wait a minute here while you do that. And anyone need a little bit more time just to get to this spot? Okay. Okay, we'll go to the next one. If you need help, just raise your hand and we'll come over to you. So assuming that you were able to successfully create an account, so now we want you to post your first post or post your first note onto Nostr. We want you to use these hashtags, so hashtag learning Bitcoin and hashtag introductions. And just write anything you want. This is how we're going to go find you and try to zap you afterward. Let's see if they're doing it. Let's see if they're doing it. Nice. Yeah, we're seeing some posts already. Nice. Yeah. They're all streaming in. That's awesome. Okay, we're going to continue on. Is there any questions?
Test 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Yeah, we're just going to come around and try to help answer any questions.
Who has the questions? Oh, make sure if you're doing the hashtag, make sure learning Bitcoin is the same word, one word. If you do learning space Bitcoin, we're going to miss that post. Yeah, you do another one, yeah. Any other questions? Oh, a bunch of them. We're going to jump into the wallet after this, so.
I moved my post. I don't know if I'm in the right place, though. I followed the hashtag learning Bitcoin. Oh, I did that already. Now it's not there.
There you go. Yeah, a lot of people are jumping ahead, but yeah, it's yeah, we see the post streaming in. Looks like it's working. We do have a dark mode. If you're on iOS, you can switch your in your control panel, switch your system to go from light to dark mode. It's linked to the system. So, what's your good? Sorry, I can't see. That's right. Yeah. We're gonna get into If you do a post on Amethyst and you don't see anything, we're gonna show how to see your post because Amethyst is a little bit weird. Cool. Anything else? Okay. Looks like people are jumping ahead of us, Terry. So where'd he go? Oh, he's helping. Okay, cool. I'm gonna keep going because it seems like people are trying to skip ahead. I'm like, slow down, guys.
So a common question I've been getting is like, how do you get to the post screen? On the main page on Damus, you should see a plus button on the bottom right corner of your screen, and that should bring up the post view, and you can type in your message and the hashtag. And I think on Amethyst, it's like a feather icon also on the bottom right. On the screen, that's what I've circled there on the bottom right.
Yeah, it's the floating button is usually the spot. All right, should we jump to the next part, Terry? So while everyone's doing their post, we're going to jump ahead to this concept of the key pair. So this is really important. In Nostr, your keys are your access to your account. So if you don't have your keys, you can't post from your account. So you want to make sure they're secure. So on Damus, why don't you take over this, Terry? You're the demo guy.
Yeah. So yeah, we talked about Nostr using cryptography and generating a public key and a private key. And so we just want to show you what that actually looks like. On Damus, on the left here, you can go to the side menu, go to settings, go to the keys menu, and what we've circled on the third picture is your public key on the top, and the private key, which is hidden, but you can switch on a toggle to actually show it. But keep that secret. Don't show anybody. On the right, Amethyst is quite similar, but you can open up the side menu. You can go to your profile, which is the first button there. And what I've circled on the second picture for Amethyst, that is your public key. And you can also go to the backup keys menu to reveal your private key. We're not going to dwell on this slide too much, but just like the next slide is a little bit more descriptive. What these actually look like is for your public key, it's prefixed with npub1. That's what all public keys look like. It's sort of like your username.
Those are the things you're allowed to share. Like you don't want to share the nsec at the bottom because that will give people access to your account. So it's like your password to keep that safe. But your npub is you give that to other people and you can use that to follow you.
Yeah, and it's cryptographically unique. So it's globally unique. Nobody else has this identifier except for yourself. The second thing is your private key, which is starting with the letters nsec1. And this is something that you want to keep secret. It's sort of like your password. And it's also cryptographically unique to the account that you generated. And if you want to log into any kind of Nostr app or services, you want to plug in your NSEC, assuming that you trust that app. And so these things never change. Like, they are always constant. And you can generate as many as you want. So if you want to have different pseudonyms or different accounts for different apps, you can generate a new key pair for those apps. Or if you're like me, I want to just use one single account, you can just use that everywhere you want. And so the data is portable as long as you're connecting to the same relays. Your data comes with you from app to app.
There's a few more nuances which I think might be worth talking about, which is the NPub is generated, it's uniquely determined from your NSEC. So in theory, all you really need to save is the NSEC, and you can always generate your NPub from your NSEC. But you can't go in reverse. You can't go to your NSEC from your NPub. So you don't just write down the NPub and like you think you're good. That will just give you read-only access to your account. Another cool thing about Nostr is that if you put anybody's NPub into your client, if you log in as anyone, you can see their perspective. It'll like download their contact list. It'll feel like you're using their account. You just can't post on their behalf. So that is one of the cool things about public key cryptography, is that you can have this feature of like looking at someone else's account.
Okay. So when you started your creating your account, when you logged in, you probably didn't see really much content, because there's no sort of custom algorithm that is being force-fed to you. You are the maker of your destiny. You get to create your own, basically your own feed. We don't really have any algorithms here on Damus or Amethyst. It's really just the people that you follow, and it's all chronological. So on Damus, right now, you're probably just following the Damus account. And on Amethyst, what they've done is just not have you follow anybody. But let's change that. So what we want you to do is populate this feed with more content that might be interesting to you. And so this is a little bit more interactive. What we would like you to do is actually follow your neighbors. So all of you have a Nostr account now. We want you to turn to your neighbors that are around you and try to follow each other. And you've all posted something on Nostr already, so there's some content that you can sort of consume. So on Damus, what you can do is open up the side menu, and on the top right corner that's on that side menu, there's a QR code button. That will bring up the QR code for your profile. And there's also a button on the bottom that allows you to scan someone else's QR code. And so turn to your neighbor and scan their code and try to follow them. On Amethyst, it's pretty similar. There's a QR code button on the bottom right of the submenu. And that will bring up the QR code screen as well. So we'll give you a moment to do that. Again, if you have any questions, just raise your hand and we'll come by and try to help.
And I'll be walking around if anyone is stuck. Yeah. Yeah, so they have it. See that on the. Oh, click that. That's great. You click that button, and then you.
And I can scan.
Scan.
I can scan yours.
Maybe further up a bit, not too close.
Let's have profile. Let's see if you posted anything.
Oh no.
Yeah, you posted.
Oh. Yeah, one sec. Where's Terry? Try it in reverse. So if you're actually, Damus might not be able to scan Amethyst due to incompatibility, it appears like, but it should work in reverse though. Amethyst should be able to scan Damus. There you go. Yeah, if you run into an incompatibility, like there is a weird situation where if Damus is scanning Amethyst, it might be an issue, but Amethyst should be able to scan Damus. Anyone else having issues?
You can scan me.
Who has officially followed their neighbor? Put your hand up. All right. Look at that. Decentralized.
So now you can see my content on your feed.
Yes. Yeah, so Amethyst should be able to scan. Yeah, Damus can't scan Amethyst for some reason. Yeah. But we'll fix that. I don't know. What's a weird bug? Demo effect. Cool. Awesome, guys. This is going normally better than it does usually, so that's a good sign.
Anyone else need any help?
Oh, yeah, one. I'll go.
So if I want to invite someone else outside, what would I do, or would you be telling me?
Yeah, so if you want to actually share your Nostr profile to the outside world, you can actually copy your npub. So one way you can do that on Damus is if you look at the top left there on Damus, there's a button that's like your npub. You can click it, it'll copy it. If you paste that into another social media, then that's one way to share your identity to other platforms, and then people can copy that into their client to follow you. Yeah, so if we just go back, oops, and then if you click that button, yeah. Yeah, so npub, yes, share your npub if you want to give it to people outside of Nostr. Yeah, so if you copy your npub, you can basically share that to any other, over a DM. You can share it on Twitter, and that's how people follow you. So your username on Nostr is not unique. So lots of people could have like Jack, or it's really just it's a kind of a user-friendly way to show your name. But the only thing that's actually unique is the npub because it's decentralized. Yeah.
Is follow each other or just they follow us?
Yeah, if they follow you, you can see them follow you, and they can send you a message, and you can follow them.
Oh, so I can still follow them.
Yeah, as if they send you a message, you'll see them click on them and follow them.
Oh,
No,
no.
Yeah, it won't automatically follow the person when you scan them. You have to you go to their profile and click follow, and that's how you establish the connection.
Okay, well, we're going to move on. So hopefully you've been able to follow your neighbors. Here are a few more accounts if you want more people to follow. These are our accounts. Will's on the left, I'm in the middle, and then Learning Bitcoin, this conference, also has its own Nostr profile. So yeah, feel free to scan, and I'll just stay here for a few seconds before moving forward. And if you're having trouble trying to scan, you can find us afterward, and we'll share our profiles with you. Cool. I think most of everyone has their phones down. All right, cool.
All right, the fun part.
All right, so we've posted a bunch of content with the Learning Bitcoin hashtag. A bunch of you are following each other now. So now let's look at all the posts that have this hashtag. So let's go to the search functionality of the app. So on Damus, on the bottom bar, the third button is the search button. And once you get that screen open, you can type in Learning Bitcoin in the search box. And then a hashtag looking button on the top should show up that says Learning Bitcoin, so just tap on that. And that should give you the feed of all the posts that have that hashtag.
It might look a little bit weird right now because no one set up their profile picture. I mean, if you did, that's just bonus points at this point. But there's you might see a bunch of robot-looking avatars. So yeah, just keep that in mind. That once you update your profile, it'll start to populate some of those.
And then if you want to follow this hashtag and have that in your main feed, you can press the follow hashtag button, which is on the top there. And it's pretty similar with Amethyst, with some slight differences. On the top right, there's a search button icon. So if you tap on that and then type in the hashtag Learning Bitcoin into the search box, you'll see a bunch of content with that hashtag. And then the tricky part is you have to actually tap into that hashtag on one of the posts to be able to get to the very final screen, which lets you follow that hashtag. And that button's on the top right. Your question.
So one thing that should stand out immediately is the fact that these are two pieces of software written by different people. Like Vitor, like he's cool, I like him and all, but his choices on design sometimes I disagree with. So, but they work together. That's the beautiful thing about the Nostr protocol is that if you post in Damus, it'll show up on Amethyst. You post on Amethyst, it'll show up on Damus. The thing we have in common is the protocol. I always like to think of Nostr as like the email protocol, and then Damus is kind of like Gmail. But there's other email clients. There's Outlook. There's Proton. So that's kind of the cool thing about this network. Okay. Has everyone able to follow the hashtag? You can put your hand up if you follow the hashtag. All right. All right, the next step is I think is the most fun. Is when we get to attach our wallet and start earning those sweet, sweet internet magic money, KYC free, the way it was intended. You don't need to get your Bitcoin through exchanges. You just get zapped from. You just do a shit post and you get zapped for it. Like, what's cooler than that? Looks like Terry's still helping people. He's a demo guy. I'm not going to take it over for him, so I'm just going to wait until he's done. But yeah, once we have the wallets attached, then we're going to do the Zapathon. So seems like there's quite a few people. Guys might drain my wallet, but that's okay. It's all part of the fun. I'm sure like in 10 years when I realize each zap was like the price of a car, I'll be like sad. Like, but that's just like the story of my life. It's just giving Bitcoin away to people and feeling sad afterwards. Okay. Yeah. Think of me when you have when you're buying your Ferrari with the zaps you get today. I think I'm just going to jump into it. What do you think, Terry? Okay, let's do it. If you're not coming over, Terry, I'm going to do it. All right.
All right, I'm done. Okay, now this is the very exciting part. Let's create a Bitcoin Lightning wallet. Some of you might have already done this. How many people were here yesterday and created a Bitcoin Lightning wallet with Coinos, or maybe have just done it themselves previously? And anyone who hasn't created one before? Okay, a few of you. So we have instructions for both use cases. So for the folks who haven't created a Bitcoin Lightning wallet, let's get you started on that. These screenshots are for Damus, and we'll move on to Amethyst as well. But if you open up the side menu and open up Wallet, you'll be prompted to create a wallet. So if you scroll down, there should be a Setup Wallet button. And after you've done that, there's a Setup Wallet screen where you can press Connect to Coinos. And so this is a very straightforward integration where you can just like press one button and it should all work. So once you do that, you can press the one-click setup button on the very final screen here on the screenshot. And that should be it. I see a hand raised. Okay, the question is if you press this button, will it create a brand new account on Coinos? The answer is yes. But if you want to reuse your existing wallet, we can get you set up on that too. Just give me one moment. It'll be the next slide.
Should I try this one?
You should try this one.
If you have a Phoenix wallet, I'm not sure if Phoenix supports Nostr Wallet Connect. I don't know if it supports Nostr. I think the ones that I know support it are Coinos, Albi.
Who else is having issues?
I'll come down to you.
This one, so how do I know it's
Everything's real. Are you talking about the wallet or in general? Oh, these are people liking it. Okay. So you can like click it. You can, if you actually, this guy, you see that the reaction, you see that he liked it, so you can go to his page and see. So it's another person here.
and sometimes I notice it's the string comes.
Yeah, so it's like it's just trying to load the data. It might be kind of busy on the Wi-Fi, but
So it automatically shows.
eventually it will load it once it gets to you. All right, anyone else having issues? Yeah, if you have an existing CoinOS wallet, you don't have to do the one-click setup because that's going to be a different wallet. So you can click the if you want to detach the one-click wallet to attach your actual CoinOS wallet, you can go into the top right in the gear, and then click scroll down to the bottom and click disconnect. And then we're going to show the flow for people who have the existing CoinOS wallet. We're going to show that next. I don't think Aqua supports, if it has a Lightning wallet, I don't know if it does. I don't know. But as long as there's a way to like send Lightning to another wallet, then you should be able to send it to this one eventually. But this is just the easiest way, at least on Damus, to get started. Yeah, I highly recommend Coinos. Coinos is just, the easiest way to get started. So. Yeah, we're going to show that. Cool. I feel like a lot of the questions were like, if you have an existing CoinOS wallet, and we're going to show that next. So we built our wallet. So we don't actually have a wallet integrated. We have the ability to connect to any wallet that supports NWC. So the way NWC stands for Nostr Wallet Connect, and it's a technology created by Albi. I like to call it the USB-C cable of Lightning wallets and apps. It's a way to quickly attach different types of wallets to different types of apps. So we support that protocol, that standard. So unfortunately, there's not too many NWC wallets. And I know Albi supports one, CoinOS supports it. I would love to see more wallets support it. I think Zeus might have it. But this is probably the right way to do it, right? You should be able to choose any wallet that suits your needs and then be able to use it within Nostr. Not all wallets. I don't think Aqua Wallet supports it yet, but eventually, maybe I'll just bug Samson or someone to get on it. Okay. So let's go into the next step. For people who have an existing CoinOS wallet, we're going to show that next. Okay.
So these are instructions for Amethyst, but this will also apply for folks who have already set up a CoinOS wallet. And so if you're on Android using Amethyst, you can go to coinos.io, coinos.io, and just go through their setup process. I think there's like a start in seconds button, and then you can click register after you enter in a username and password. After you've registered, you can go to the hamburger menu on the top right to go to settings. And there's a Nostr tab on the settings screen. And very conveniently, they have a purple connect button. And the purple connect button should bring you directly to Amethyst, which will basically integrate and link that wallet to Amethyst.
And it'll work the same in Damus too. So if you click it, it should open up in Damus and give you the connect wallet screen.
Yeah, so I think for the person who was asking about what to do with your existing CoinOS wallet. Basically, log into Coinos on the website and get to the Noster settings tab and press that purple button. And that should theoretically just, okay, thumbs up, that worked.
Yeah, I hit the big purple button, and then I just hit like OK over here. I don't know where to confirm that it worked.
What happens if you click it again? Go back to it.
Spatial connect. Just once for now.
Okay, so save should just.
Yeah.
So there's one thing, Terry. I don't know if on Amazon it automatically updates their Ellen URL. So anyway, that's just one thing we haven't tested. Hopefully it works.
Yeah, if we can't get everything figured out now, just come by our booth at the Damus booth next door, and we'll get you situated. Pardon me. Just going to answer this question.
Oh. All right, once everyone's set up their wallets, we're going to begin the Zapathon. So make sure, actually, make sure go to, there should be a way to edit your profile within Amethyst or Damus. Just make sure to go into your profile just while we wait, just if you want to, just to make sure you guys get zapped. I don't want to leave anyone out. If you go into your profile, you'll see a Bitcoin Lightning address entry button, and or an entry box. And just make sure you see your CoinOS or CoinOS URL in there, just to make sure that that's the thing that allows my client to see that. Yeah, so let's see if I can. Yeah, so if you go to your own profile, so if you click your profile picture in the top left, and then click your profile, you should go to a screen where it shows you all your notes, and then in there you can click Edit Profile. And then on your profile, you should see an address which is a CoinOS address. And as long as you have that in your profile, that is the thing that allows people to zap you. That's the. Okay, so cool. Everyone good? Everyone see it?
Give me one second.
Cool. Oh, do you have a question?
Yeah, so I connected, but it's still not showing in my profile. So should I just copy my NWC from CoinOS?
I wouldn't. Don't copy your. Oh, hold on. Terry, you want to help him or? Because you're there.
We also have another question around this person has set up their wallet with CoinOS in Damus,
Okay.
but they want to receive over Lightning from a different
Yep.
sort of exchange or something. How would you do that? If you want to just answer that question.
Hold on. I have a follow-up question to that. So if you go back to, so it's a Lightning wallet. It doesn't have a chain Bitcoin. So if you go here, and you go click this. Okay. So that is, if you see this little address right here. As long as you can put in a Lightning address, that's what you use to fund it. So. This is the thing. A lot of these ones. If it is Lightning, they should give you a way to do. Ellen URL is kind of like the standard for sending Lightning. So as long as you put that URL in, then it should be able to send to it. Yeah.
I did that one quick setup. Is it one more?
I don't see it here. Check.
So I think you're set up to see. Sorry.
Let me try it one more time. I don't know why it wouldn't update. So it should have updated. There you go. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why that.
I have a similar kind of question. I have
Okay.
a CoinOS wallet already, and so I'm in your site.
Okay.
But how do I link it?
Yeah. So if you just go, so you have some here. Oh,
Well,
this is from.
we set up another one.
Yeah,
because we
you
couldn't get the other one.
so if you go to the
to work.
CoinOS wallet and then on the website and just follow those instructions, you click the settings button and then click connect.
Try that. Just so go to CoinOS.
Yeah, and so you
That's
click
me.
settings.
If
Noster, and then click connect, and then click connect.
Oh, really? That's it?
So and just so that's your balance, and you can just go to your profile just to confirm that that is not set up properly. Since that's not set up, what I would do is copy. Where is it? Should be a way to copy your. This is not very easy, is it? Count. Let me try it one more time. Maybe they just doesn't set up for some reason. Settings. Master connect. So connecting it should update your profile. It's not doing it. It's really annoying. So is there a way to copy the? So this is your username, RHU.
Yes.
Okay,
And that's the.
You know this real quick?
This is how fast I learn. You see that guy?
Oh, nice. I'm just gonna rhubarb. I'm just gonna set that manually just to make sure you can get some. This should have done it. I don't know why it's not doing it.
I think we'll try to zap you, and then let's see if we can get it to you.
Sure.
It's dropping out, eh?
Oh, really?
Good,
Yeah.
it should be there.
that's
it should
good,
be there.
right? That's-
Yeah, we just need to verify that. So we'll try to zap.
I wonder if it's like a Wi-Fi.
It's basically your zap.
Okay. Well, I could have my website here too.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll be doing that.
It could just be a UI thing.
Yeah, so like, because I have.
Okay, I can zap you later if you come to my thing. Yeah, anyone who doesn't get zapped at Zapathon, you can come to buy the booth and I'll zap you as like a pity zap.
Similar question.
Okay, let's try. Okay. Yeah, I think let's move on since we're coming up to the end.
You can't double zap.
But-
That's double dip zap. We don't do that.
But if you are having trouble, please come see us at the booth, and we'll get you situated, and you will be zapped.
And you can't just come like in a disguise to our booth multiple times. That's not going to work. One zap. Okay. All right, now we're going to do that. We're going to try the Zapathon. Okay. Everyone should have their wallets set up. Let's see how broke I can get, how quick I can get broke. So it's going to be fun. One of you, can you hold my... Actually, I might need this for a second. I'll just figure this out. How do I get out of this? Why is it? What the heck? Is it like? Can I just detach this real quick? I can't do anything. For some reason, my whole thing's locked. Why can't I do anything? My computer freeze? Okay, there we go. I can't have no input.
Try unplugging.
Okay, I'm going to unplug it real quick. What the heck?
Will's computer froze.
I can't literally do any of the actions. Anyway, fuck. Well, that sucks. Should I restart my computer? Awkward. Okay, I got to... Oh. This is very awkward. Demo effect, guys.
We're going to get you zapped.
Okay, I'm going to hard reset my computer because apparently it just completely ate all
You
my
will be zapped.
input. This will give you some extra time to set up your Bitcoin Lightning address if it's not set yet. Fun. Yeah, if you want to follow, someone just asked what's my username. You can't really follow people by username. So what I would recommend is if you go into the search box and type jb55 at jb55.com, and you'll be able to find my npub that way. I'm just rebooting.
What are you trying to do?
So one thing I'm gonna zap with our new clients. I want to show you guys what it looks like. If this actually works, I reconnected, but it doesn't look like it's on the screen. Oh, there it is. Never mind. Oh, don't open my signal. No. Okay. Not the signal. Okay, this, oh, light theme. I can't do the light theme. There we go. All right, guys. One sec. Oh, this is awkward. I had this all prepared. All right. Oh my God, are you kidding me? This is the, I was like, oh, demo effect's not going to hit me. And I was like, of course, it's the worst. Everything that could go wrong, what did go wrong, Murphy's Law. Let me just. Are you fucking kidding me, dude? I've never even seen this error before. All right. This is ridiculous, but I think I finally got it. So this is. All right, so this should be loading all of the posts from today. Oops. Of course, I nuked my NWC string, so. Terry, I need your help.
1 sec.
I just need you to entertain people while I embarrass, so I just not as, so you can distract them, so I'm not as embarrassed.
Oh. Any I have terrible jokes. Anyone else need help? A few more hands.
Okay, I figured it out. All right, this is my NWC interface in my new client called NoteDeck. I'm just going to load it with some. This is my zap gun, I call it. I got 20 million sats. I'm going to set the default zap to 5,000 sats. It's about, I don't know, what is that, $10 or something? And I am going to start zapping people. Let's do it. So I don't see any zap buttons. So I don't know if you guys set up your. Okay, that person set up their account. So let's zap them. Why is the zap button missing? Oh my God. How does everything that could go wrong did go wrong? This is insane. I don't see the zap button. Oh my God. What is happening to me right now? I don't even know what to say. It's not even working. Well, this went horribly wrong. So maybe instead, yeah, I don't know why I don't see the zap button. That's really bad. Normally, I'd be able to zap people. Here's what I'm gonna do instead. I'm gonna do it on my phone because I have another app that I'm gonna use. Maybe I can like smear this to my.
Yeah. Come find us. Yeah, we'll try to help you through it. Yeah.
just put this here. All right, somehow I am making this work. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. It's the law of demos. It has to go wrong, right? All right, we're going to start zapping people. We got Kyle. Very nice, Kyle. Let me actually set my default zap amount to something higher, to 5,000. All right, let's start zapping. Boom. 5,000. So if you actually end up getting it, like put your hand out. It'd be kind of cool. Oh, we got Julian, Kinetic Finance. Got a zap.
Get zapped. Raise your hand.
So this is using NWC. So we can just click a button and it just sends a zap. It's pretty cool. Very nice. Looks good. Zap for you.
Okay, got a hand raised.
I'm not seeing zap buttons for some people. I'm sorry. Oh, I got Fun Coffee, the best coffee shop. Oh, that's me. I'll zap that. What else we got? I just didn't load their profile.
So what you're witnessing here is sending Bitcoin over a social network instantly and permissionlessly.
And the reason the images are blurred is because we had one time where like people just started spamming dick photos on the network. So by default now we blur all images. It can save you in a pinch sometimes. All right. See, some people, I'm sorry, you don't have your zap button set up. I don't know why it's not working. Oh, zap button. Boom. Hey, another funk. Why not? I like funk.
And one thing that was mentioned was that the default zap amount is set to, I think, 1,000 sats on Damus. If that's too high, feel free to go into the settings and change it to whatever amount you want.
See, here's Kinetic. Here's Julian trying to double dip on the zaps. Not cool, man. That might have been from before, though. Okay, I won't give you a hard. Yeah, it was 24 minutes ago. Okay, that's fine. Boom. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm just sending just throwing out the 20s like I'm at a strip club or something. I always say Nostr's like the strip club in cyberspace. All right, yeah, that was good. I have to check my balance after that and make sure I'm not homeless. But thank you guys.
Yeah,
that was the
we're gonna zap the rest of the notes. If we've missed any, we're gonna zap the rest of them. But in the interest of time, because we're a little bit over, I think that concludes this talk. If you've been having problems, I know that a few people have been having problems. Come find us. We'll get you situated.
Sweet.
Thank you very much.